The crisis has exposed profound shortcomings, according to the Joint Committee on the National Security Strategy in its report Biosecurity and National Security. The government response to the virus was hampered by the insufficient attention paid to important capabilities beforehand. The report added. These capabilities included testing, isolation, contact tracing, the supply of personal protective equipment, pay, and tackling false information online. It was also unclear, the committee said, whether the government considered the adequacy of its national laboratory network ahead of time. All of this was despite a 2017 prediction that a new infectious disease was likely to affect the UK in the following 5 years. The committee said the unknown nature of the new virus was not enough to explain the government's inadequate response. COVID relief talks down to final details on $900 billion plan. Rolex seller says better times lie ahead after slump. Positive on China's high-yield property sector in 2021. BlackRock's Sate says power up with Mark Gurman. Bearing Pay Asia CEO on investments, opportunities. Wish focused on long-term, says CEO RBC Capital Markets. Silverman on vaccine markets. Retail per CEO says platform protects user data and speech. Lego bets on China's children with hundreds of new stores. New digital behaviors will remain after COVID, says e-commerce investor. Unicredit's Nielsen on risks to growth in the European Union. EMS Claire Hannon on need for vaccine funds. Fed promises to maintain massive asset purchase program. Fed will move carefully, thoughtfully on climate change. Minard. Any increase in rates is self-defeating for recovery. McConnell says, major headway made on relief plan. Chair of the Joint Committee on the National Security Strategy, Dame Margaret Beckett MP, said, the committee found that a pandemic was after all a matter of when, rather than if. It is clear that the government could have, and should have, done more to prepare. Its negligence of key capabilities led to unnecessary fumbling for solutions, when instead the country needed decisive action. The government at times seems to have treated a vaccine as a fix-all, with little pre-consideration of our capabilities for detecting where the virus is and bringing cases under control. The pandemic has thrown our vulnerabilities into sharp relief, and it is vital that we use this opportunity for some critical introspection. The government must acknowledge the areas in which they failed to adequately prepare a response to biosecurity threats, such as the one we are currently facing. The report said there was a striking absence of leadership of the UK's biological security, with only one appropriate exercise in the past decade and frontline organisations sometimes lacking the support they needed from government. The committee called on the government to prioritize preparedness, with regular exercises to test capabilities, and ring-fenced funding to support risk horizon scanning and frontline organizations. Supply chains must also be strengthened, and a new national center for biosecurity should be created to pool expertise, the report added. Dame Margaret said, the government must learn lessons, not just for future pandemics but to fortify the structures we have in place to address all types of major national security risks. It must also consider what the real-life impact of this Tier 1 risk can teach us about our capacity to deal with other risks of the same magnitude.